What's up, everybody? Hey, y'all want to know something? I haven't worn shorts in 20 years. Last time I wore shorts, I was in the Nation of Islam. Like 20 years ago, I just stopped wearing shorts. Because, you know, in the Nation of Islam, they don't wear shorts, right? But today it's nice outside. So, still think of shorts. Don't laugh at my legs. I got on shorts today for the first time in 20 years. But hey, my video today, like I was gotten into a debate with somebody about like integration. I said integration is a social illusion. Because you think about it. In Harlem right now, you got a soul food chain of restaurants. And guess what? They're owned by Asians. And they're in the hood, in black neighborhoods. So this is a fucking shame on black people's part, because black people leave their apartments, walk downstairs and go into a fucking soul food restaurant to buy something to eat. When they can make the same fucking plate in their own apartment. And back in the days, people used to sell plates. They used to sell plates of food. You could make your own food, sell the plates, and have a dinner party, sell the food, and pay the rent for the month. You used to call them rent parties back in the days. So, but I got into a debate with a person on Facebook talking about integration is a social illusion. What I mean by that is like, what's the point of being integrated if you can't go into a 5-star restaurant and eat a damn meal? You can't buy the meal because the plate costs $200 or $300. But in America, the average white man has 3 or 4 times as much money as the average black man, on average. Meaning, like, you know, black people come into the world behind the 8 ball. We come into the world fucked up. And this is why I said integration is a social illusion. Because once black people became integrated, we closed all our businesses. We closed our bus companies. We closed our cab companies. We closed our fish markets and shit like that. All the fish markets in the hood are owned by Asians. All the corner stores are run by Arabs. Even in Detroit, where they got 160-something gas stations, black people in Detroit is 90% black. They got like 164 gas stations, and black people only own 4 of them. You know, you think about it. In a black neighborhood, black people don't own shit in the black neighborhood. There's not one black person in America that owns a building that's 3 stories high or more. Like when you go in any city that you live in America, all them big ass fucking skyscrapers are owned by white people. They're not owned by black people. Black people don't own shit in America. We don't own nothing. Even them guys, them rappers, Jay-Z and P. Diddy, and we even talk about Dr. Dre becoming the first billionaire. What are they doing for black people collectively? Nothing. Because in America, there were laws put in place that in order to make it in America, a black man had to see the world through the eyes of a white man. And by that, he had to create wealth for a white man. He had to save a white man's life or snitch on another black man. And that's how you can make it in America. And that's why most black guys that make all this money don't go back to the hood. They might do some corny shit like build a basketball court or hold a basketball tournament. But how was that helping black people collectively? How was that bringing money into the neighborhood? How was that practicing group economics? Like I live in Washington Heights right now. Look at it. That travel agency owned by Latinos. That travel agency is owned by Latinos. That phone store is owned by Latinos. That hardware store is owned by Latinos. That chicken joint is not owned by Latinos, but then that corner store is owned by Latinos. So the money stays in the neighborhood in a sense. But if you go in a black neighborhood, the money don't stay in the black neighborhood. The money leaves out because black people don't practice group economics, because we see the world through the eyes of a white man. We figure, well, if I made it out the hood, fuck you. You can make it out of the hood too. And that's why black people don't spend it. They're going to shorts. And that's why black people don't practice group economics. You know, be like, fuck you, I made it. You know, Magic Johnson don't help people in the hood. They open a Starbucks. And a Starbucks movie theater, I think he was trying to make an attempt. But all the black athletes don't practice group economics. You think of all them guys making all that money and they don't pool their money together and open up businesses in the hood to build a strong black community. But what it is that black people are like plankton, like I said before. You know, everybody feeds off of black people because You know, we keep the economy rolling because we're spenders. We don't own shit. All we do is spend, 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 spend. Spend, 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 spend. That's all it is. And that's why integration is a social illusion. Black people go to college and get degrees so they can work for white people. They don't go to college and get degrees so they can start their own business. They go to college and get degrees so they can work for white people. It's real simple, man. It's real simple, but black people don't see this shit. And then we always brag, oh, I work for so-and-so, I work for so-and-so. Get the fuck out of here. You know, and if so-and-so wants to fire you or the business goes under, you get fired. You be like the first one. Even like in the movies, the black guy's the first one to get killed. On these jobs, the black guys, one of the first ones to let go. And this is why it's bullshit that black people be fighting for like equal opportunities. We can't be equal. We're not equal. Nothing in the universe was created equal. Black people was born behind the fucking 8-ball. After slavery, you know, slavery was all about the maldistribution of wealth. It was about white people owning everything and black people owning nothing. Black people own nothing. And that's what slavery was about. And then after slavery, when slavery was over, black people ain't have shit. They had nothing. Nothing. That's why I tell you about like when black people was promised 40 acres and a mule. They was promised 40 acres because the land wasn't worth shit. But after black people cultivated the land, it had some value. So that's why Master reneged on his promise about giving you 40 acres. You know, black people don't own shit. We was born behind the 8-ball. And we need to start practicing group economics. And remember that integration is a social illusion. Because after you hang out at them bougie restaurants and shit, you go to your home and white people go to their home. White people usually live in $1 million condos and we live in fucking, you know, like apartments paying rent and shit. Integration is a social illusion, y'all.